This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Bonjour!
Hey guys, Rich with Rich Rebuilds here, and we're gonna get weird. Now, I'm into odd vehicles that you don't see every day, like the i8 and the Mini Cooper, the Humvee, the Sherp and the Rock Crawler, things that you don't see in everyone's driveway because not many people are dumb enough to make these purchases, never mind at the same time. Now, knowing I'm into weird stuff, my friend Chad sent me a link to probably the weirdest thing I've seen in a long time, a space pod looking car that looked like it was from what the 80s thought everyone in the 2000s would drive. A bathtub with wheels. It turns out that that's not true and no one's driving these things, but the 80s were wrong about the future. But fun fact about me and you and everyone else in the world is that we're all fans of the McLaren F1. If you didn't know what that is, look it up. And guess what? You like it now. It's the supercar from decades ago that has a center driver's seat, just like this thing, and it was also Elon Musk's first supercar. Now, the prices of the McLaren F1s are in the millions of dollars now, but this one isn't in the millions, so I figured this is my chance to own a McLaren-ish looking car for not McLaren money, a great value version, the store brand McLaren, or the Wish.com McLaren. It's called the City EL, made in Denmark, and it's a three-wheeled car, and I've seen what three-wheeled cars can do. And I generally hate them with a strong emphasis on the Polaris slingshots, and the only exception to the three wheels I've seen that were cool were the Vanderhaals, because those are great looking and not trying to say I had a midlife crisis, my wife left me, and my kids like their stepdad better, so I'm going to be edgy and go out and buy this outrageous three-wheeled car that screams, look at me now. So this one's actually cool, and it's electric, and it's not trying hard. Now here's some history on the Podracer, aka the City EL. It was originally developed as the Mini EL by a Danish company, and you've probably never heard of it unless you're Danish, and no, not as popular as the Stroop waffles that we love so much on the Rich Rebuilds universe, but it was brought to the market in 1987. Now, it's made for one person, and instead of traditional doors, it opens up like a clam, and you just sit inside of it like a giant bathtub. It's powered by a 2-horsepower electric motor, which gets you nowhere pretty fast, and in Europe, they love their tiny micro cars, and we never get the cool micro stuff in America because, well, Americans aren't exactly the smallest people in the world, myself included. We love our big trucks and loud cars that scare everything in a 5-mile radius. Now, its range was up to 43 miles on its best day, and it did between 25 and 34 miles an hour. And the more I read about it, the more confused I became until I found a promotional video on them from the 80s. And after watching that video, you have to ask yourself, why wouldn't anyone in their right minds not want a City EL? Look at how happy this tourist is. I was so excited personally, I made a website with Squarespace. One can simply claim a domain or URL like www.sendintheclowns, but only one will actually fit in this.com, or www.iwantapodracer and can't drive around like young Anakin because it's too slow.com. So then you can create a custom site that matches your style and enthusiasm. Check out these page templates because they'll make your webpage look better than the actual speed and range of this car. Head to www.squarespace.com/richrebuilds to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using the code in the description box below. Shout out to Squarespace for making platforms for people's passions, even if what they think is cool isn't actually cool to anyone else. So without hesitation, we bought the car and added it to the pile of weird stuff. Now, the car was shipped from Florida and the person knew who I was, so just in case they wired the car to explode when we started it, we invited our assistant Linda to come over and drive it first, just in case. And of course, she was 2 hours late because she was busy putting makeup on in the car, but when we unveiled it, she seemed pretty amazed by it, judging by her facial expressions.
Pretty fresh, right?
Then she took it for a quick spin, and it didn't blow up. Unfortunately, it's too slow to get out of its own way, so I'm going to load it up and bring it to the electrified garage because Brian knows how to weld, and I'd rather lose Chad's tools instead of my own. Unfortunately, my trailer is being used by the Sherp, so it has to go in my pickup bed with the Sherp in tow. This is what a Duramax is for, and let's make a grand appearance at the electrified garage.
So I want to pull this motor out.
Yep.
And then just kind of look at it and see what there is for the shaft to see if it's comparable.
So this has got a solid shaft power on it. It's like, I don't see a diff or anything. It's just a solid shaft.
Solid rear axle, right?
Yeah, it's solid rear axle. And it's got like a center bearing. This right here.
Yeah.
That's where the shaft is going through to drive the wheels.
Yeah.
So the center shaft goes all the way through it. Here's your...
And that's the horn.
Yeah. Beep. Beep, beep. And then there's your belt drive.
Hellas on this.
Some super tones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know it.
Like all the Subaru boys. You ever see something online and you're like, I need that.
I don't care what it is. I need that.
Yeah, I don't care.
I think I have had that problem recently.
Very recently, exactly. It's like, oh, okay. So someone else's project.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
I could finish this.
I noticed there is one problem as
Yeah.
far as driver concerned.
Yeah.
There's no
Cup holder.
There's no cup holder anywhere. Where am I
yeah.
supposed to put my coffee while I'm
latte.
commuting?
I have no idea.
Like,
We're gonna have to
am
get
I
one
gonna
of
have to
those-
put it on the floor?
Oh, and then also there's an air vent in the front too.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
open and close that. So you get some fresh air on your legs.
Cable pull?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, try that right there.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it does work.
All right, I have to see if I can fit inside this thing.
I'm pretty sure you can. Oh, actually, no, the top of your head.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well, there's a sunroof, so you might be good.
open.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Dude, just barely.
rest.
You fit.
I got like 2 fingers.
Yeah. Oh, if you open the sunroof, you have 3 fingers. You know what, Chad? I would actually scoot around town in this thing.
I would love to do that.
Just to be like an idiot.
I had a moped for a long time. And everybody used to make fun of me, and I had the best time with that stupid.
Dude, this thing is awesome. You know, actually, I was thinking, what do you think about tinting the back glass?
Oh yeah.
'Cause, dude,
Well,
you're
like a bubble. I mean,
But actually, you know what's interesting? Oh, Brian, want to get out?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Oh,
There's
it's
a lever
this
at the
lever
bottom.
right there. That lever, yep, that's what gets you out. And then you know what?
Abort.
This whole thing is clear acrylic. They just painted the inside,
Yeah, I was looking at that.
so the whole thing's clear. So if you sand it, you'll sand the entire thing clear.
that's cool.
That's clever.
Self-tensioning? What is it?
So it pivots on a pivot point right here. So see how it goes up?
Yeah.
And you turn it the other way, it goes down?
yeah,
So wherever the slack is,
it keeps it constantly tight.
tension.
I gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah.
From the power of the motor itself.
Think about that though. That look how old this is, and then what they did with it.
It's pretty clever.
It really is.
It is. Well, I think the person they did some modifications to it over time. They must have replaced a lot of stuff. Hence the 3 controls that are sitting in there.
If you think about it, it's so old. Like you're not gonna find original parts, so
No.
you're gonna have to like make something new that works with something old.
Right. And that's why I said forget about it. Might as well just friggin' put a new motor in there. Like why am I using all this old stuff? Why am I spending all this money on this
Right.
2.5 kilowatt motor? Just buy a new motor to
It's
control
not
it.
even worth it. The
Yeah.
technology's changed so dramatically.
Right. So all this stuff, all these phase wires can go.
Yeah.
And also the controller down here can go. Look at that. Look at the
watch
contactors.
this.
I know.
So it's like-
that whole thing.
I had to pull it up
Can't get out
because
of
it
there.
was just dangling down low.
Dangling.
It's heavy.
It's like a baby. Hold on. Let me
Is
get down.
it?
Let me get down. Get it.
Yes.
Yeah, hold on.
Are you sure?
I gotta put it- hold on.
So this is an actual. Looks like it says 100 amp fuse, and this looks like somebody cut it out of tin.
Yeah, that's not an OEM fuse.
No.
Someone made that.
Yeah. Like they copied one and they cut it out of tin.
Yeah, they said, well, instead of getting parts shipped from Europe, let's just make our own.
I love this. They put a butt connector right at the terminal instead of just
It's
putting a
like,
ring
why not just go
terminal
right
on.
to it?
Yeah. And these are real contactors.
That's
like,
hilarious.
wow.
Imagine this thing. Oh, kind of going to drive.
Clunk.
Click, click, click. All right.
Take
You
that
get
out.
on.
Well now,
Oh, now.
guess what we have?
Well, a junction. So we could go either, it goes from,
No.
what?
Rodents. That's another vehicle you own with rodents in it.
I can't believe this is happening to me right now. Hold on.
Every damn one.
Every last one.
Every time.
Look at this. Look at this.
Is that special sugar cane?
No, they chewed the hell out of that
Wow. They were, they chewed it off.
thing. They chewed it off.
Well, there's your problem.
Steve-on,
Yes.
that's not going to work.
No, lead acid doesn't seem like it ever.
I don't think it's a good idea. There's only 2 things that lead acid is good for.
Starting your car.
Starting the Duramax and throwing into the ocean to charge the electric eels. Right now, there's 3 12-volt lead acid batteries totaling 36 volts, and it's powering the tiny, I think it's like a 2.5 horsepower electric motor back there, and that thing doesn't go anywhere. I think the top speed's probably like, I don't even know, 15 or 20 something miles, something like that. It's not even that fast. So it had no power. Those batteries are probably like almost dead, and they had tons of dead weight that we don't need. So
It was very slow. It was a very slow ride.
it was super slow. Hear me out, Stefan. Hear me out, okay? What do you think?
Well, why was that in there?
We use, I'll tell you later, we use drill batteries. Now, a lot of people they're saying, oh, you got to build your own custom battery pack and you got to do the thing and have your own BMS. No.
Yeah, well, that breaks down, then what?
Exactly.
You're crying on the side of the highway.
What are you going to do? Right? What are your connections like fail? What are you going to do? Nothing.
That's fair.
All right? Hear me out. We use drill batteries and we use the largest charging network in the world. You know what network that is?
I have some guesses.
The Home Depot and
Yeah,
hardware store charging
that's
network.
what it is.
Yeah, no, seriously, because like, listen, right now, like the Tesla supercharging network. How many Tesla superchargers are there?
They're like 950, well, probably 1,000.
Yeah, probably but over 1,000.
By
for
now,
sure.
probably
Right.
like 1,200.
Right, but guess what? There's like 2,200 Home Depots, and all of them carry these drill batteries. And I could drive from Home Depot to Home Depot across the entire United States just buying drill batteries. So I buy the batteries at one location, right?
Yep.
I drive. Granted, yeah, they're probably half full. Who cares, right? You drive to the next destination. You say, these batteries didn't suit my needs, and you take them back.
Turn them right there.
You could drive for free.
5 minutes at customer service.
5 minutes.
You're on your
right?
way.
5 minutes of customer service.
Going
and
right to hell, but you're on your way.
you know, that's what you do. I mean, seriously, that's what we're gonna use. So we're gonna use drill batteries, right?
Okay.
And we're also gonna use. We need a bigger motor, so we're gonna use a motor from a company called Golden Motor, and they're great because it's. Unfortunately, Zero Motors won't sell us a motor directly. You have to.
They
wait.
didn't even return our calls.
You won't return our calls, even though we made the Cyber Quad, which millions of people watched, but they didn't care about that enough to reach back to us. But
Sad.
sad, whatever. You know they saw the video too.
Oh, please.
But they decided not to answer our calls, so we're gonna go with Golden Motors, and they answered my phone call.
Yeah, they're friendly.
Yeah,
Very nice people.
We're gonna try it there. They actually the Surron too.
Yeah.
That bike,
Like,
powered by Golden. Anyway,
yeah.
that's besides the point. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna buy a whole bunch of drill batteries, and we're gonna buy one of the Golden Motors too, which is a lot of money. Steve, you know what I'm gonna use?
What's that?
I'm gonna use privacy.com, and here's why I'm gonna use them. Okay, I'm very cheap. I don't like spending money.
No one knew that.
But I don't like losing money either.
Sure.
So what this company does, privacy.com, you go on there. They will generate virtual card numbers for you so people can't see your private bank account information. Huh. Right? Crazy, right? And the other thing too, what they do, they can allow you to set certain spending limits for certain vendors. So let's just say you have this one vendor that you only want to spend up to $100 to every month. Because you know how some vendors, they like to do the thing where it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to charge you $100 this month, but I'm going to charge you $105 or $110 the following months. You could set it so that you get an alert if this vendor tries to charge you more than the virtual amount that you've already set. So it's actually really good for that.
Fancy that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Check this out.
What's it cost?
It's free.
Huh.
It's free, Steve.
Wait, we're not trying to sell people random things?
I'm not trying to sell you anything random, okay?
Not today.
This is not today.
Not this time.
This is actually free, so make sure you check them out.
Yep.
They're a great company. It's totally worth it. It's free.
Perfect.
Just do it. I'm not trying to sell you a thing. This is good. She's going up, baby. Let's do it.
This is actually up in here.
Oh yeah. Well,
what it's like.
not much different from what I expected.
It's got a little washer fluid tank.
Yeah.
Oh, how cute.
Delete.
That's adorable. Delete.
We'll do a little shock. A little baby shock.
I've seen baby carriages that have bigger shocks than that.
I know. A little leaf spring. A little leaf, see it? All right, the rear axle is coming out. So I have 2 brakes off. As you can see, I have them zip tied so they don't dangle. Because you know how people are like, oh, you just a visit brake lines dangling. All right, so.
Big move. Binky in the face there. Look at that.
Very simple.
Yep.
All it is speed sensor, RPM signals, so you can see how fast it's spinning. There's little magnetic pickups at the back right here. You probably can't see it too well, but there's magnetic pickups for the speed sensor to get. That's the horn. Very weird positioned horn, huh?
Wow.
Usually you want to startle the people behind you, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, they got really excited about that, huh?
Yeah,
That
they
is-
just kind of said, yeah, you know what? This is what we're gonna do now.
I don't want you to rear end me, so I'm just gonna honk in your general direction behind me.
Right. The axle is out, and now we're gonna put the new motor in. This is the old motor for size reference. 2,500 RPM. It actually fit right
barely
here.
3 horse.
Yeah, barely 3 horsepower, and this one is about 10 horsepower. Lighter than this motor. And
Right
there's
next to each other.
Yeah, there's actually a hell of a lot more torque in this one too. But
Yeah, look at that.
yeah. 2,500 RPM, 2.5 horsepower. This one will get to about 6,000 RPM and has 10 horsepower. So
Look at those dad New Balances, though.
yeah, dude, these used to be like my nice shoes. Now they're just, you know.
I'm surprised you did that to these.
These are my biscuit shoes now.
I loved them. These are my biscuit
You know why?
shoes.
Because biscuit, once he took a chomp out of them, once the dog gets a hold of shoes, man.
Yeah, he took a bite out of crying.
These are all, but you know what he's having too? If you look, one of my feet is a little bit dirtier than the other because this is the foot I use to play soccer with biscuit.
You mean to kick his shit in other people's yard?
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty
Yeah,
much
you're not
what I
fooling
meant.
anybody.
Yeah,
Oh, not pooping on my lawn, boy.
Soccer. All right, you connect the key
Key on.
one single beep, and then if you look at the throttle, it only it starts working like when it's right there.
About half throttle.
That's it.
So if you put that wire forward, it's gonna be in the way of the battery packs. But yeah,
I can modify the gusset.
yeah, I think it looks better to the back.
You guys need a light?
I don't think that's gonna work.
Oh, this doesn't work.
No, that's not that
I gotta
way.
take the cover off.
Yeah, you probably should. Go do that in your own time.
This gusset will just have to get modified.
This looks 10 times cleaner.
The controller.
Yeah, see, I'm not the only one that likes to work with origami and whatnot. Brian chose cardboard here too, see?
Well, you know,
Great minds think alike.
it's CAD.
Cardboard aid design.
Yeah,
Zing.
controller.
Yes.
Yes, it is. That might fit right there.
I was thinking that too, but it's resting directly against something. If anything, we want to have it to float, right? So it's not pressed against something. We don't know how to.
Yeah, because A heat sink, B vibration. Yeah.
Airflow and stuff. Be room to for it to slide in there because there's going to be a piece of wood there, spacing it out more.
Yeah, but if you look at the gap between these,
Right.
they're gonna be like that
Okay.
with a thin piece of wood.
All right.
Rethinking.
Unless you make it higher.
Recalculate.
Recalculated.
But having it like this, that's what I'm thinking. If you could stagger it, that wouldn't be a bad idea either.
The dock will raise it up either way.
Yeah. You know,
What?
if you raise them up that high,
If you
there's an
elevate the
awful lot
dock,
of
there's more space. It gets
And you
wider.
could actually put the controller in the bottom.
Yep.
A
Hey,
countersink the controller down there, run the wires there, have the batteries up above it.
exactly.
It's not the most showy thing, but it's definitely effective and efficient.
It's compact and it works.
Right.
We're gonna remove these two brackets right here so we have more room for clearance at that back wall. The ideal goal is to have a piece of wood start from the side and go all the way to the right. That way we could just stack batteries all along all over the side. So. Ready?
What are we doing?
Circle time. We gotta figure this out once and for all. Dun, dun. It's equivalent, equivalent to once to root.
That's pretty damn good, man. Wow, what are the odds?
That's crazy. Yoink.
Yeah, I was
There you go.
that too. The sparks will warm it up. Okay.
You gotta cook it.
Hey, where you going with that? Hey, get over here. Little JVD-40 as always. Proper lubrication. Brian has traced out a lovely pattern here.
There's gotta be something to do, right? So the next thing we gotta do on the City EL is we gotta weld up a motor mount here. So I've got the original bracket that we had pulled off the car that held the old motor, but it wasn't gonna fit with the old bracket. So we're gonna I made up this new bracket here, and I gotta weld it in place. And so for that, we've got our AC/DC Eastwood TIG here. And this thing is awesome. It has all these different settings for your ramp up, ramp down, dwell times, all of that, including your AC frequency and balance, which is super important when you're working with aluminum welding. And I also actually got their wide field of view welding mask here, which I don't know if for any of you familiar with welding, you usually only get like this center pane, whereas on this guy, you've got the peripheral view. So I could just leave this guy on the entire time I'm working and never have to lift it.
Oh, it's damn good. Look at that. See, this is how we over-engineer things. Look at that. 600 volts max. This isn't 600 volts.
Safety third.
Safety third, baby.
So this is going to be the battery pack for the City EL. It's going to use 16 Milwaukee batteries. What I'm doing is I'm splicing it right now to do a series. This is going to be a series parallel.
Yeah, for those that don't know, we also 3D printed these since there was no other option.
This car actually has 3 voltages in it right now. So we have 72 volt, which is the main pack, which we're going to put to the motor. 36 volt, which runs most of the electronics, and then 12 volt, which runs the lights, the horn, and the usual automotive feature stuff. And it also uses it as for circuits for like the throttle and the check indicators and whatnot. So what we've done here is we made a new seat frame, and we put the battery switches and the heavy duty battery switches come over here, and you just have a key, and you just turn it on. So if something goes wrong, you
bad day,
just turn it off.
The torque, this is going to tear this whole... So, easy on the throttle. Easy and roll into the throttle.
I like how he look at his hand gesture.
Easy into the throttle.
And then he hops in the first time and puts it to the floorboard.
And we rolled over.
But yeah, that... Boop.
See, Vaughn, there's some hardcore machining on it. Look at those curls. Curls for the girls, baby. Curls for the girls.
And they're gone.
And we never saw them again. Yeah, that's it.
Look at you, doing the work.
Look at me. Look at me.
Brian's literally eating his dinner right here and can't see you, but he's right.
I'm watching.
I'm watching. I'm doing my part.
Got the
Yeah, you want
Some duct work.
Here we are.
All right. Steve, on, this is it. This is it, man. So we have all the batteries wired up. We have the motor in. We have the controller down there. And this is a lot more powerful setup than it was before, man. Put them in. Put them in. You check the battery voltage, right? They're all half full because they won't ship them fully charged at the store. It's fine because you're still going to get excellent range.
I mean, fortunately, there's another Home Depot within 9 miles away from
Exactly.
you.
You'll make it just fine. Just plan
Hyper
accordingly. And what you could do, actually, you go online to the app, you go to the Home Depot app, and it'll tell you how many you have. It'll tell you how many batteries they have in stock, and you just do it that way.
Yeah.
But everything.
It's a little planning. It's kind of like Tesla back in 2013 with your road trip.
You got to plan a little bit.
You got to know.
This is the future, so you got to plan.
That's right.
It's not that big of a deal. So what you got to do? You turn it on. And you go. Ready to hit the road?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
All right. There she blows. Ready to party. Look at this. Look at the outfit. Look at the outfit.
Never has my mullet been more appropriate.
This is so fitting. It's not even funny. All right. Let's see what. Let's get. You know.
Driving this Daisy.
This thing looks. Oh my gosh.
Good Lord. All right. This is fantastic.
How is it?
Oh man. What a joy.
Little peppy little.
She's peppy.
This thing rides terribly. What have we done?
We put far more power than it should have had.
Yeah, no, and it's like when you get on it, you're like, because the chassis can't handle the power.
No.
It can't.
You just pucker.
It's way overpowered, so I don't even know. I don't even know what to do. Just keep driving it, I guess, right?
Yep. You don't quite know what you're looking at.
How could you be mad at it?
You can't. All you can do is smile and delight. Bonjour!
All right, Stevan. What are we?
Hey, dude.
Hey dude. Get a little low, baby.
I think it's time to get some more batteries.
Home Depot run it is.
Hold on, let me pull it up on the map. There is actually a Home Depot that is about 2.4 miles away from here. Yep. 16 Milwaukee Pro batteries.
It's an expensive battery pack, huh?
Yes. Where'd you find this?
Oh God.
It's from Denmark. Nope, just a 12 caramel macchiato. Thank you. Perfect. 463. Appreciate it. Cheers. It's called a City EL. It's a Danish three-wheel car powered by a bunch of wheel batteries. Yeah, all I need is my stroopwafel now for this. What a day.
They're recording too. That's awesome. He's actually going for it.
You're gonna lose the mood.
He's up to 40, to 45 already. He's going 50. He's going 60 miles an hour. Simon, what do you think, baby? How was it, baby? The stunt man. The stunt man of the city.
I need a stroopwafel.
Oh, do we have any?
Yeah, of course we have them. We can't do a Danish car video about having. Yeah, they're in my backpack, of course. You know, I hide them from Rich. I put them in different spots.
I'll find them.
Yeah, he's always going through my satchel.
The Model 3 isn't very big.
Let's talk about this thing, man.
Yeah. What do you think, Simon?
It's a little sketchy,
Yeah.
but my God, is it fun.
It was not meant to go as fast as you were going, Stevan.
How fast did we go? I didn't have a draggy on. So
I was behind you, the Duramax.
Yeah.
The needle hit 60. And you were still going.
Where were we at with the batteries?
You were still going. Battery-wise, we got 1 bar down on each. Wow. Only 1 bar. And that was with burnouts.
The motor, hold on.
How's the motor?
The motor and the controller aren't even hot.
Did we pick the right gear combination for you?
We yes. This is like Cyberquad 2.0, man.
Yeah,
We were hitting 60.
It has that satisfaction of the Cyberquad, only a lot more questionable.
When I test drove it, I didn't hit full throttle just because I didn't want to blow it up on you.
Yeah, we don't want to blow it up yet.
It definitely feels like she's got a lot under the hood.
She's got some balls. Thank you very much. Built-in supercharging network, baby. You're welcome. Thanks, Tesla. This could have been you. You're playing games. Could have been you. But now look at you. Successful. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. Okay, enough shenanigans. You're probably wondering, how the heck does he even charge this thing? Well, it's charged by the sun. So there's 3 small foldable panels that fit in the back of the CDEL, along with this 2,000 watt solar generator. I can have all my chargers hooked up at the same time while the panels are putting out about 70 volts in full sun. So I can charge the charger while it's charging the batteries. So the batteries I get from Home Depot that are half full, I can charge them to full in very little time because it's putting out a full 110 volts. Now, on a side note, this thing is fast. We got to 65 miles an hour in a car that's designed to only go about 30 or so, and it had more in it. Unfortunately, it was a very windy day, and we couldn't do any top speed runs, but we need Steve on to live. Driving this thing in very windy conditions will cause it to go into low Earth orbit. And driving around, we got over 80 miles of range, and the batteries were still showing 1 bar, so it had more life in them, and that's with no regenerative braking. Now, this Podracer brought a smile to everyone that saw its face, and definitely has a permanent place in the stable. Maybe we'll change the sprockets, add a chain tensioner and liquid cooling, and take it to the track, but it's pretty scary at it as is. This thing has no issues with needing more power. Maybe we'll add some more anyways. It's almost like the Cyber Quad 2.0. It's kind of overkill. Let me know what you guys think about the City EL in the comments, and don't forget to check out the vendors in the description box that made this video possible. I'll see you all next week.